Hello, it's Mr. Tripp. In this video, it's for my virtual students who are using their Chromebook in order to create an Excel spreadsheet. When you go into Google Classroom and under classwork, you go to videos, and here is Excel spreadsheet, I should say. This is a video for my students who are using their VDIs because they have the full version of Microsoft Excel. And then this is the template that they're going to be using with that video. So we're going to use the same template. So we're going to click on the Shell Spreadsheet Quiz 10. And you guys are going to use Google Sheets instead of using Office 365, since Google Chromebook doesn't have Microsoft Office on it. So we're going to download this Excel spreadsheet, convert it into Google Sheets, and we're going to wait till it gets completed to download. And while it's working, what I want to be able to do is take all of the numbers here in this area, and we're going to highlight starting from 1200, which is B2, and then go down to annual expenses all the way down to F7. No, I'm sorry, G8 to total. And then we're going to come up here to the format as currency. So we're going to click on that. And we'll turn this all into numbers. Now, the next thing we're going to do is total each of these columns. So the first quarter has all of these expenses, and we're going to come over here to the more, and we're going to go to functions, drop down box, and we're going to click on sum. And then we're going to highlight B2 through B7. So copies and supplies through travel. And then we're going to hit enter. So this is going to be the total, $3,290 for the first quarter expenses. When I click on the cell, $3,290, at the right corner of the cell is a little box. If you place your mouse or your cursor over on that, it comes into a black cross. You're going to left click on your mouse or on your mouse pad and go all the way over to the fourth quarter where it says under the $300. And it's going to add each of the columns up. Next thing we're going to do is go over annual expenses where it says copy and supplies. We're going to go over to the functions again. We're going to go sum, and we're going to add the first through fourth quarter copies and supply expenses, the total, and then we're going to total it. 5,250, we're going to click on it. Again, we're going to move our cursor over to the bottom right corner of that cell. It turns into a black cross. We're going to click on the mouse or on the mouse pad and then drag it all the way down to where it says total. So this is the annual expenses for all of the supplies. Next thing we're going to do is come over and scroll over. Here's a scroll bar. We're going to scroll over and we're going to average them now. And we're going to highlight everything over here. And then we're going to come back over to the format as currency. This time around, we're going to average. So we'll click, we're going to highlight the cell J8. So we're going to average the first quarter expenses. We're going to go sum, and then we're going to go average. And then we're going to click on J2 all the way down to J7. Hit enter. And the answer is 554.33 because we are taking J2 through J7. Again, highlight the cell. Bottom right corner of the cell, it'll turn into a cross. Left click or click on your mouse, left mouse button click, and then or on your mouse pad, and just scroll across. These are the averages for each of the columns. Come up here to the average, And we're going to average copy of supplies for the first through fourth quarter. This time it's going to autofill, suggested autofill. You can hit the check. And then the last thing we're going to do on this is we're going to get rid of the $640.21 because it's averaging an average. And we don't have to do that. Now, next thing we're going to do is scroll back over here to the annual expenses. We're going to highlight all the numbers in that column. We're going to right click. We're going to copy. Come over to the annual expenses sheet, click on it. Where it's B2, we're going to click on that cell. We're going to right click and we're going to go to paste special and we're going to paste values only. You can also use Control-Shift-V to do that. And we're just copying it from there, from here to there. Now, on the quarterly expenses sheet, what we're going to do, now we're going to hit escape. What we're going to do is create a chart. So we're going to highlight all the cells except for the column F and then the row 8. So these are the quarterly expenses. We're going to come over here and we're going to go over to insert chart. And it's going to take some time for the chart to appear. There it is. And then we're on setup. It's highlighted. The chart type is stacked column chart. We're going to change that to first quarter or to the column chart. And we're also going to click on customize. We're going to go to chart and axis titles. This is the chart title. We're going to change that. We're going to highlight it as much as we can. We're going to hit the delete button. And then we're going to type in quarterly expenses instead of the first quarter, second quarter, third, fourth quarter expenses. So quarterly expenses. The format, title format, we are going to center it. We're also going to bold it. The legend is right here, first, second, third, fourth quarter. We are going, the position, we are going to put it at the right. So it looks like that. And basically we are done with this one. So the only thing we have left to do is click on the 3 buttons. And we are going to move to own sheet. And it's created its own sheet. It's named chart 1. It's got all the information we have here. Scroll this down here. These are all the different expenses. These are the quarters by color. It's got a title, quarterly expenses, and then these are the costs here. We're going to right click on chart 1 and we're going to rename it to quarterly expenses chart. And hit enter. Next thing we're going to do is hit the annual expenses sheet. And this time we're going to highlight A1 all the way down to B7. We're not going to do the totals. And then we're going to click on the more. And then we're going to go over here where it says insert chart. This time around, it's going to be a pie chart that we're working on. Again, we're under setup. And it looks okay there. Then we're going to go to customize. Chart style, we're going to go 3D. Pie chart, it says slice label. We are going to go percentages. Label font, we're not worried about that too much. we're going to go down to pie slice. Pie slice, what we're going to do is distance from center, which is a pie explosion. And we're going to select on 25. And then we can click on this one, or we can go back up to here and just go down each one and just go 25. And then you can click here and you can go to 25, or you can click on the purple one, the color, and you're going to go 25. You can click here and go 25, and then click here and go 25. So you can either come up here to select each one of the expenses, or you can just click on the pieces there. The next thing we're going to do is chart and axis titles. There's the chart title, which we like, and we're going to, I like to bold it, and then I'm going to also center it, and I want to make it black. The legend. I like to have it on the right side, so the position is going to be at the right. And that's basically it for that. That's what I want. So this gives you the percentages. Each color represents each piece of the pie and what that expense is. And these are percentages. And it's got a title, which we need. And the last thing we're going to do is click on those three buttons again, and we are going to move it to its own sheet. We're going to go to chart 2, where the new sheet is. This time we're going to rename it to annual expenses charts and hit enter. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to go back to Classroom or Google Classroom. We're going to scroll down to where the Excel assignments are. This is spreadsheet 10. You're going to go in there and upload this sheet, which should be saved in your Google Drive, and then you can submit it. Okay. If you have any questions on this, please let me know. This is basically what you're going to be doing for your Excel spreadsheet final exam. Same concept. When you get done with this, after you upload it, let me know, and then I'll open it up and look through it and make sure everything's correct, and then you can start working on the final exam one. Because if you have made any mistakes here, we want to correct it, because when you do the final exam, it is a major grade, so any mistakes you have, I will take off. All right, so thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.